The FEI, NAMF, and Equimaster bring you the Grooms course 2022 in Windhoek, Namibia. Mr. Besadenhood, who has been a farrier for more than a decade, takes the grooms through hoof care and also shows us how to make a horseshoe. Let's take a look.
The connection between a farrier and a groom and the horse. 90% of all lamenesses in horses are from here down. You see your owners, the owner of the horse. You as groom see the horse more often than the owner does. So you're the red button that's got to be pushed if something's wrong with the horse. Julle verstaan? Dis nou waar dit by julle inkom. Ek sal vir julle vanmôre wys. Piet gaan my onthou dat ek sal vir elke man 'n job gee wat hy my moet onthou om te sê. Piet moet vir my onthou as ek by die perd staan, waar vat 'n mens 'n perd se pols? Ek het gister hier 'n perd gehad wat een keer 'n jaar het hy 'n probleem as jy hom beslaan, dan het hy 'n probleem met sy voet. Die eerste ding waarna ek kyk is sy pols, want as hy 'n pols op sy voet het, as hy so maak in plaas van hom so te maak, dan weet jy daar's 'n probleem in die voet. Verstaan jy? So dis soos 'n eienaar kom na jou toe en hy sê vir jou, maar my perd het die verkeerde kos geëet, dis hoekom hy nou siek is. Dan sê jy, maar die perd het nog nie geëet nie, so dit kan nie van die kos wees wat hy siek is nie. Verstaan jy? Jy weet dit, want jy werk die perd. Die perd se maniere, hy leer die slegte maniere by die eienaars, die goeie maniere by julle by die grooms. Verstaan jy? Amangé. So ons gaan daaronder toe kom, ek verduidelik vir julle wat ons gaan doen. Ons gaan daaronder kom, julle weet Damara is saam met my en julle ken meeste want julle ken vir Damara. So hy gaan vir ons die eisters aftrek. Dan gaan hy vir julle verduidelik. Ek gaan vir julle verduidelik en hy gaan dit so doen. Hoe gaan ons die eisters aftrek? Waarna kyk mense as mense eister? So jy moet kan as 'n groom, moet jy kan ten minste ook 'n eister kan aftrek. Verstaan jy? En ons gaan vir julle vir verskillende maniere. Dan gaan ons gaan die hele perd vir julle beslaan. Ons gaan die hele proses vir julle deurvat. Julle hoef nie aan die perd, maar julle gaan voete optel, julle gaan al daai tipe van goed doen. So. Okay, ons gaan af. This is Kelly. It's a client's horse, so I was supposed to show it today anyway. What I said, the important thing is the problem from here down is where most of the problems for horses, lamenesses come from. What do you think? There's two main reasons for me why we shoe horses.
Why do you shoe horses?
Why we shoe horses. Okay, the first reason is like you get horses that are just riding horses or they're working cattle or whatever. So the reason why you want to put shoes on them, you can get more work out of them or protect their hoof and their body more than when you put shoes on, than compared to when they don't have shoes on. Okay. Then the second reason is nowadays, top athletes, you don't see them running barefoot or doing anything barefoot.
Yeah.
They have shoes with spikes on. So the reason why sport horses get shoes, it enhances their performance. It makes their performance better. So if you're a groom and you're working on a stud farm, you can tell the lady or the owner, maybe this mare, now she's getting into her 5th or 6th or 7th month of pregnancy. She's getting heavier. She's got to walk far. Maybe you want to put shoes on her in the front because then she can travel further, eat more grass, keep a bigger body, and because once the foal is there, her body might look like this, but the moment the foal is out, they look skinnier. There's a code of conduct between the two of us, meaning he's got his job, and we've been doing it. I'm a farrier for 30 years. He's been with me for 20 years plus, except his long holidays that he takes. But and we work around each other. And in the end, there's only one goal: to do a perfect job. It's a sad thing that the owner have to pay me, but my job is 100% for the horse. I will walk away from a client if they want me to do things that's going to damage their horse. If they want me to do a certain thing with the horse and I know it's not in the best interest of the horse, I won't do it. And that's the same with when you're a groom. Let's start with the shoes. We're going to start pulling the shoes. If I'm working on the shoe, because a lot of times we reset shoes. These shoes we could have reset today, but we're going to put new shoes on that I can explain to you a lot of other things. But he's got a way of marking his shoes that I can see which shoe it is. He's gonna start. Let me explain to you, everybody. This is the clinch cutter. He's gonna use the hammer and the clinch cutter to open up the clinches. Then he's gonna use this. There's a certain way how you pull it. Now you can damage your foot, and you can make out of a sound horse a lame horse if you do this wrong. So he's gonna loosen the shoe, and then he's gonna pull the nails out, nail for nail. Okay. That shoe, the way it's coming off, is speaking to me in a hoof language. I can see the wear and tear on the hoof. I can see if there's more pressure on the one end or the other. That means the horse is not in balance. So there's so many things that hoof can tell me. So as a groom, you have to understand that this is the horse's left front foot. That is the right front, this is the left hind, this is the right hind. As a farrier, you don't want to pick up the horse's foot. You want the horse to pick it up for you. So you have to, in the lightest possible way, pick that foot up. Okay, while I'm on it, Tamara, just put down. Let me show you, if I want to put this foot up, these horses know me. So all I do is, I start here. You see? So I've got a language that I speak to them. If I do this, you see, picks it up. Yes. That makes it easy for me to pick up. It's because I don't fight the horses. Okay, nowadays, just give me that thing. This is this is a wonderful thing that came in on the market. So now we do this, and it makes you. I've got 7 big draft horses at home, so they've got feet that size. You don't want to fight them. You can't fight them. You can forget it. So whether it's a pony or it's a big horse, it stays a horse. So the manners you work with them is all the same. A farrier, you have to make it comfortable for the horse, not for you. But if it's comfortable for the horse won't fight you. Okay. There's a thing, what they say, teach you in farrier school is, the owner have to teach the horse. I learned from a different guy. He said, you as farrier, teach that horse, because you're the one that have to get along with the horse. And then when you get along with the horse, you tell the groom to get along with the horse, and you get the owner to get along with the horse. Just another thing that you can watch him when he picks up the foot. On the front feet, we've got a thing here, there's tendons here. I just put my finger on there, and then he picks it up. That's the way in the front feet, the way in the hind feet I showed you. Now what he's going to do is he's got a way, because we really clinch the feet tight, the nails tight. So he's got a little thing that he loosens the nails as well, even before he picks them up, even before he pulls the shoes off. just pick it up and just get it. That's the good thing about a farrier. If a farrier knows the hoof really well, he actually knows it better than the vet, because he can see that people can tell you, oh, no, I've been working this horse very, very hard, very, very, very hard. He has pulled the shoes. If he sees something funny, he tells me, well, we got to do it. So something on this horse that we didn't pick up last time is, for instance, this little thing here. Now you have to be real careful. If you just pull it out, it might bleed. So this is one thing that's actually got nothing to do with the shoes itself, but it's a little part of the hoof. So if it's on a cold morning or something and a horse steps on that, he might shear that out, and that might cause lameness for that horse. I'll just get rid of this. See that little thing? Okay, so all I want to do is I want to...
Why would you take that out?
Now remember, once you've taken something off of a horse's foot, you cannot put it back. So don't take off too much. Now this sole, this frog, it's coming out of our winter, going into our summer. So right now it's extremely hot, and then it might rain, and the rain immediately makes the feet softer. Okay, so softer means it can also, the soles can more easily bruise because it's softer and it's more movable and all that. Okay, so just a very important thing is, why was a horseshoe developed that the nails is in front? Okay, first of all, it's the thickest part of the hoof wall, and it's the part of the hoof wall that doesn't move. Because if you put nails in the movable part, it will loosen the nails and you won't have grip. Okay, so the important fits to this foot.
It has been marked.
So it was marked. Okay, now if something is fixed on this and it doesn't move, it won't make a mark. But if it's a part of the foot that's moving, it will make a mark. You can see there it's all flat and it's smooth. This is coarse. So this is where it moves from there to there. The foot does this. You can see this. You see how I just put pressure there and it moves. Okay, so if you see from there, it's the widest part. Look how this foot moved. So it made marks. From there where the nails are, it didn't move. So that's why the shoes stay on that well. Okay, so now that I've just more or less dressed the sole, I just want to take this is the bars of the foot. Just want to take that out a little bit. So now, if a horse's foot has got an angle, I'll show you later, this angle, the angle of the pastern, the angle of the front of the foot has got to be the same. That's how you see it's natural and keep its natural balance. So keep the angle back, you just take more of the toe off than you does of the heel. So now this foot is finished cut. And if you have the ability to cut it nice and smooth, you don't have to rasp it that much. To rasp it too much, you're making yourself tired. And this is a hard enough job as it is. So the cleverer you work, the less tired you're going to be. You see how the toe is bent?
Yeah.
Like this. Okay, it's called a roll toe. I do it on absolutely every horse, and let me show you the difference. It's to make the, come and look here. It's to make the roller motion of the shoe easier. If you watch this, where do I have to put the least effort in? Which shoe would move the easiest? So every athletic shoe has got a rolled toe in front for people that run. Now the reason for that being is if you just stand on your toes and you start standing on your toes, you feel in your calves here how it pulls. So the last bit of movement before a horse breaks over is where they put the most strain on their tendons. So if I do this, I prevent that strain, I make it easier. This one is tough. So he's got to put so much more effort in to break this foot over compared to this foot. And you'll see on the hind foot, I don't do this. I just make a square toe and the toe stands over the shoe a little bit. Now this, on the big horses, on the dressage horses, it makes the horses gallop nicer and smoother and rounder.
Can you also do it on the endurance horse?
Every last horse.
Okay.
That I do. Why do I make the horse stand perpendicular to that, not perpendicular the same way? Because now I know this horse can only move backwards. If he's standing like this, I'm putting myself in an uncomfortable position to work. If this horse for some reason get a fright and he kicks, I got a lot of space to go to. And it's really, that is what makes a good farrier or a good groom, is the guy that can see things coming. For myself, in my whole life, I've been hurt 3 times by a horse from shoeing, and I've only been hurt twice in my life from starting horses, and I've started over 4,000 horses under saddle. I've only been hurt twice. If you gotta get into a fight with a horse, you're doing something wrong somewhere. And the problem is, let me tell you, for this horse, his strongest sense in nature is self-preservation. He's got to protect himself. So even though you're the rider on top there, if something happens and he's got to get rid of you to save himself, he'll do that. See, and I level my foot, but it might be sometimes that there might be a little bit high spots. So when I put the shoe hot on, then you'll see if your shoe on the anvil is nice and flat, you come and put it on, you burn it, and you see where the foot is maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower. So your hot shoe come and correct that. You guys can watch. I'm going to start shaping the shoes, starting to burn the shoes, so you can come and watch how I shape them. So every foot has got to get a certain shape.
We don't do hot shoeing hardly at all. I don't know.
There's always a horse that makes a liar out of you. So, I mean, this was a normal foot. This one had a really bad injury in the frog. That's why we put that on. But this one You hear compared to? There is this one. This one has a little bit of a lower tone, and that's why you put a shoe like that. Shoes make things complicated if you don't have. Yeah.
Many things. Sometimes, chariots can't come, or you're in an area where there aren't chariots.
Or on the farms or wherever where there's not farriers.
They normally like to listen to their parents about how was it.
Sien julle? Die bamboes kan net geld steel, hulle gee nie voete. Six. Sometimes you can use 7, sometimes you can use 8. Depends on for what reason. Yep. I want you to go and feel the whole hoof like this, and you feel these nails sticking out. And then after Damara has clinched them and he's finished the hoof off, then you see how nice it looks, how smooth it is. You're not supposed to feel the nails or anything. So I'm gonna take this, and while he's here, my shoe is gonna be in there, my piece of iron, and I'm gonna start showing you guys how I'm gonna make a shoe out of this.
Funny, in Haiti it worked quite well because they have so many Haitians in America.
Yeah.
They seem to have a better way of getting in.
Yeah.
So the groom stands lots of Haitian rooms.
So now everybody go and feel what it feels like afterwards. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make this clip. So come and stand close here, and then you see how I make this thing. Okay, look here. You're gonna take this home for yourself. I did. And it's not that you measure them.
I think it's important for you to know if your horse has canker or an abscess or something in the hoof, how do you treat it? It smells really funny. So what do you use to put on it, or what do you do?
What we use is Epsom salt.
Fantastic, we use
You get the baby's nappy.
good one, yeah.
Yeah, then you put the Epsom salt and then you pour a bit of hoof then you put on the shoe and close it.
Okay,
Yeah, for a day.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. We use nappies a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Thank you. There's my present. Look. Thank you. I'm the only person that has a proper Namibia too. In the whole of Europe.
You know, the cowboys, I worked with a lot of cowboys, and they've got a good saying. You've got to first chew bubble gum, then walk, then talk. Then chew bubble gum, walk and talk, and then in the end, chew bubble gum, walk and talk at the same time. And that is the God honest truth, because that's with everything in life, but it's also with horses, is you have to think easy, but do complicated things easy. And if you first chew bubble gum, then you walk, then you talk, only then you can do a combination. But if you want to chew bubble gum, walk and talk at the same time, right from the start, no.
Like that. Who likes chewing bubble gum?